तो फिर बिना देर किए आमंत्रित कर रहा हूँ Daniel Lubiner ji from New York.
Hello.
He will give you a demo. So please come on the stage, Mr. Daniel Lubiner.
ध्यान से what
So
an
put your
energy.
hands together, Mr. Daniel.
Yeah, what an energy.
Thank you.
So people might want to touch BrailleDoodle.
Yeah. Hello, India. Hello.
Give a huge
रहने दे अभी अब कहाँ जाऊंगी
चलो चलो बैठ
आहो मैं क्या मैं क्या नीचे
माइक दे दो उनको
वो बंदा फुल एनर्जी चा हो रही
उनको पास
ध्यान से टेबल है
नहीं चलो Thank you. Hey, you got this.
Yeah.
So I was saying, hello, India.
Hello.
Hi. So my name is Daniel Lubiner. I am the assistive. What?
अकेले कोई चाहिए बस
I'll remember what I am in a second. Okay, let me start again. Yeah. I am the founder and executive director of the TouchPad Pro Foundation, and I am the inventor of the BrailleDoodle. Okay, so this is the BrailleDoodle. Let me tell you a little bit about me. I started to say it this morning, a little bit about my story. So, when I was a kid, I was saying this morning that I was a child with a disability. And it wasn't a physical disability, but I had what they call now learning disabilities, or sometimes they call it dyslexia. But when I was a kid, it was more like the stupid kid, right? The kid who couldn't read. So he went over to the little room to get the little extra help, right? So I learned about being a child with a disability at an early age. And when I grew up, did different things, of course, but I grew up and I became a teacher. And that's what I dedicated my life to. I became a teacher of people with disabilities, children, teenagers, high school kids, kids with autism, kids with learning disabilities, kids with all kinds of different disabilities. And I loved it. It was just so inspirational and wonderful. I love teaching reading for people who couldn't read, teaching them their first letters, their first words, going into a sentence, getting them, seeing the excitement in their eyes as they learn their first sentences and how to read and write. Then later on in my career, I became an art teacher. I was always into art. I was always an artist and an actor and, all these different things. But so I was teaching art for children who are blind for about 5, 6 years. And then the pandemic happened, right? The pandemic happened and it was so hard for everybody, right? But especially for those people with disabilities, especially for people who are blind, and especially for our students. But I'm sure all over India, all over the world, it was all the same. Our children went home. Their whole life was to get out, to get to school, to get some learning. But I started trying to teach on video, on Zoom. So we're, showing them different things. But I couldn't really do much of anything, I sang songs, I did poetry. So I was thinking, what if they had something in front of them that they could use to do art? And then I was thinking, like, how are they learning how to do Braille? How are they learning to read and write if they can't see or if they don't have something in front of them to use? And then I found out that's not just a pandemic problem, that's a world problem. That's a problem all over the world. That only like a small percentages of sometimes 1% or 3%, or in the United States, we're supposed to be so fancy and rich or whatever, it's less than 10% of children are learning how to read and write. Now reverse that for a minute and you get 95% of blind people are illiterate. They can't read and write. And then we try and say, okay, well, they should go to school. They should get good jobs. But it starts with the education. It starts with literacy. It starts with opening a door to knowing words, sentences, even with the AI, even with computers. That early learning is so important, right? So some people say, like, isn't Braille kind of dying? Isn't it like dying out with the computers, with AI? We don't really need Braille anymore, do we? Yes, yes, of course we do. Especially with the children, and the children, the way they have to learn when they're first, learning how to read and write and first growing up. But then, the adults too. If you go blind when you're an adult, how about you get in an elevator and your phone is not working? Then what? You're like, 7, can I go to 7? You need to have some basic knowledge. Anyway, let me get to the point. Sometimes I ramble on too much. This is the BrailleDoodle. I invented it from a little toy that I had from Amazon. It had a little thing that brings up the dots with this little magnetic stylus. So the little magnet picks up these little metal balls, these stainless steel metal BBs, and they make dots. So I thought maybe we could set it up so it teaches Braille as you go along. So that's what this does. I set it up and it teaches you Braille one letter at a time. So you have 6 dots in Braille. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But in the first one, it only does A. That's the only one it does. It only does dot 1. So it shows you that dot 1 is A. Then it shows you that dots 1 and 2 is B. Then dots 1 and 4. Dots 1 and 4 are C. And in the cell over here, you copy it. But there I messed up, right? See, I messed up. So this doesn't match C and C, so I have to make it match. I just could push it back down and it makes it match. And down here, I could do whole words and sentences because you can't just stop with k, at, t. You have to do the fat cat sat on a mat, right? So you have to do the whole 9 yards. And then I was like, what if we had a really big space on the back where we could do all kinds of different things? So it could draw all kinds of different things and you could feel what you draw. Now, here was the trick. The trick was the engineering, right? It looks very simple, but it took about 2.5 years and tens of thousands of dollars to get this right. So I formed this nonprofit foundation. I started trying to raise money, get money. And we built this and we got the springs just right so they stay up just right until you're ready. And then you push them back down. So you can make all kinds of different things. You can make drawings, you can make diagrams, you can make graphs. And when you're finished, you just clear the whole slate. And then we also have stencils. So stencils can be placed on there, and that way we could teach different things. Like This stencil I love, okay, because it's got the house and the tree, and you could teach like, what if a house and a tree? Well, that's what's larger, a house or a tree? What's taller? Well, if you're blind, you might never have had that opportunity, right? So you can say, let's discover together. So that's what the Braille Doodle is all about. It's about the child working and figuring out things, or the adult. 50% of our customers have been adults because they're loving this. So we have sold over 1,000 of these around the world. And now I want to bring it to India. We've sold it in the UK. We've sold it in Australia, in South America, Mexico, Panama. We've sold it in Canada, and of course, all over the United States. And I'm very excited to get this into India, into the hands of kids and adults, so it could open the door to literacy and for STEM, for an art, for anyone who wants that possibility. Thank you very much.
We can have some questions.
Yeah, we could have some questions, and I could also pass this around because, you know, it by feeling it and feeling, oh, by the way, I made a mistake here. Let me explain it to you. If you're blind and you can't see what I'm holding here, it's about the size of a laptop, okay? It's about an inch thick. It's blue, and it has hundreds and hundreds of holes in it. And inside every hole is a little silvery metal ball that comes up when you put the magnetic stylus on. So that's what makes the shapes and everything. So I'll just pass this around the audience, and you could just pass it to your neighbor. Oh, yes?
If anybody wants to experience it, they can also do that.
Yeah.
So we'll have some questions. He has created a device with the help of
Would you
that
like to see it?
can do braille, and also you can draw paintings and all. You can do artwork. So if you have any questions, so Daniel, what is the cost?
The cost, we're still working on that because the cost is going to be different in different countries. So we're still kind of, I'm not going to lie, it's going to be a little expensive, you know, because it took years of engineering, and it's precise engineering.
Approximately cost?
Approximately, I'd say between 10 and 12,000.
Then $12,000?
No, yeah, rupees.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. It's a, you know,
So now
and, yeah.
free nation, we can afford this very easily.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
So question from the audience?
Any questions?
Any question? किसी को कोई question पूछना है?
इसमें डिक्टेशन फैसिलिटी है क्या?
Dictation.
Yes, facilities.
Does it provide any dictation facility?
You know, that's an excellent question because, you know, that's something I left out. Is one of the beauty of the Braille Doodle is it's just magnets and metal, right? And there's no electricity, no internet, no dictation, no talkback, but it's just hours and hours of fun. And that's the other thing. It's fun. It's motivational. You know, children, adults, whoever's doing it, they're just like, ooh, this is kind of fun. I like to do it. I'm going to do it some more. I'm going to learn A. I'm going to learn B, C. And, you know, that keeps people going, right? But the fact that it has no electricity and no internet and it's just plastic is we can buy hundreds of them and send them out. And that's what we're hoping to do. That is my dream, okay, is to get them by the thousands and send them home with children or home to villages all over the world. Another thing I want to point out is that when we do the stencils, we're going to be doing stencils in every language. So if we need a stencil in Hindi, we will do stencils in Hindi. So it will teach you Braille in Hindi. Because Braille in Hindi is different than Braille in English. Braille in Tamil is different than Braille in English, but it's all the same 6 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 dots translates to every language in the world: Chinese, Japanese, Swahili. So we'll be able to make these covers that will teach Braille in any language.
Any other question? So, any question?
No.
So, what we'll do is we'll close the session. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel, for this wonderful presentation.
Oh, thank you.
Those who wants to experience it, so offline we can do it, so they can experience this device the way Jyoti is doing right now. So, thank you so much once again for
No
being a
problem.
part of this convention organized by Matt Foundation.
Okay, thank you, Danish. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
तो आप लोग डैनियल से मिल सकते हो और इस डिवाइस को देख सकते हो
Oh, thank you,
जिन लोगों
Danish.
को देखनी है
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll get in touch.
All right, we will. Okay, here's the microphone.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Thank you.
Mm.
जमीन पे रह के तू आसमान देखता है, जमीन पे रह के तू आसमान देखता है, पर अपने खोल तुझे सारा जहां देखता है। ऐसी इंस्पिरेशनल पर्सनालिटीज हमारे साथ आज की कॉन्फ्रेंस में मौजूद हैं, रही हैं, जिनके इनोवेटिव और इंफॉर्मेटिव सेशंस का हमने आनंद भी लिया, बहुत सी जानकारियां भी हमने प्राप्त की।
Try.
ये कन्वेंशन कॉन्फ्रेंस अब अपने आखिरी पड़ाव की तरफ है, लेकिन अभी इस कन्वेंशन में बहुत कुछ बाकी है। तो मैं अब ज्यादा देर ना करते हुए पहले तो इनवाइट कर रहा हूँ रानू माइनी जी को। रानू माइनी मैट फाउंडेशन से कि वे आए और धन्यवाद ज्ञापन दें। नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट रानू माइनी फॉर वोट ऑफ थैंक्स।
मैग्नेट है।
Mm.
अब जो लिखना है ना तो वो डॉट ऊपर आ जाएगा।
उसको रीड कर लो।
And the flip side is Braille.
ये देखो ABCDE लिखा हुआ है, तो ये बना हुआ है।
You push it, resets. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm Jyoti's mother.
Oh.
कहा जाता है when voices come together with a purpose, they create change that goes
Thank you.
beyond the walls of the room. और आज का दिन ऐसे ही एक चेंज की खूबसूरत मिसाल रहा है। On behalf of Matt Foundation and Radio Udaan, I feel truly honored to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who made this Beyond Barriers career guidance
My
workshop
doubt is like
such a
if I
meaningful
want to
and
read
inspiring.
if I unintentionally step
Very big thank you
Just touch it very lightly.
to all our speakers
Very lightly. Yeah.
जिन्होंने अपने
Oh,
वैल्यू से
sorry.
और अपनी प्रेजेंस से, अपने थॉट से इस इवेंट को एक नई दिशा दी, जिन्होंने हमें ये सिखाया और ये बताया कि डिसेबिलिटी कभी भी कोई बैरियर नहीं होती, बल्कि एक नया पर्सपेक्टिव देती है। A sincere gratitude to our partner Radio Udaan and the entire team of Matt Foundation who made this event successful with their dedication and teamwork. And most importantly, thank you so much to all our participants. आपकी प्रेजेंस ने, आपके एंथुसियाज्म ने और आपके एक्टिव पार्टिसिपेशन ने इस इवेंट को ट्रूली इम्पैक्टफुल बनाती है। नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू रिक्वेस्ट यू ऑल टू स्टे हियर, क्योंकि अब होने जा रहा है बहुत इंस्पायरिंग सेशन, विजन फॉरवर्ड, इंस्पायरिंग इनसाइट्स बाय नन अदर देन मिस्टर संतोष कुमार रोमटा जी, द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ वर्ल्ड ब्लाइंड यूनियन। और वो अपना विजन और अपनी पूरी लीडरशिप जर्नी हमारे साथ शेयर करेंगे। तो इस सेशन को होस्ट करने जा रहे हैं प्रोफेसर संजय जैन जी। बिना किसी देरी के मैं माइक हैंड ओवर करना चाहूंगी संजय जैन जी को। थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक यू। तो किसी ने जाना नहीं है तो हम लगभग 15-20 मिनट में अगला सेशन करेंगे। और आपको मालूम है कि दो दिग्गज जब स्टेज पे आएंगे, प्रोफेसर संजय जैन साहब और रोंगटा सर, तो एक बहुत ही इंफॉर्मेटिव इंसाइटफुल सेशन होने वाला है जिसमें हमें बहुत कुछ सीखने को भी मिलने वाला है और उनकी विजन के बारे में पता चलने वाला है। तो एवरीवन, वी विल बी राइट बैक एट एज पर आवर शेड्यूल टाइम 5 बजे सर। हाँ, तो सभी को यही रहना है, तो कंक्लूजन करेंगे। आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट अजय अरोड़ा साहब, और मैं चाहूंगा सिंघवी जी आप आए और अजय जी को ऑनर करें।